Hey there, little bunny. I hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too. I'm in a great mood, little bunny. I can't wait to share it with you. Oh, and you know what else? If we can talk about boring stuff for 10 seconds. The weather got cold again, little bunny. And you know what that means? Is that I didn't have to figure out what kind of cool beverage. If you remember last week's episode, that was a garden crisis. Is what beverage is your daddy gonna drink? Now that the weather is warm, well, the weather got cool again here in the greatest city in the world. Not a perfect city, but my favorite city. How about that? Daddy's favorite city in the world. It got cold again. Just briefly, but just in time for your daddy to make some nice hot tea one last time to say goodbye to the cold season. Here you go. Let me pour it and then take a sip. I just totally spilled it everywhere. I was trying to pour it slow, little bunny. Okay, I kind of lied to you. I have to admit. Let me drink it and I'm going to come clean to you because I can't lie to you. I was so excited about the tea before I hit record that I poured myself half a cup and I stopped myself. I was on my way to pour a full cup of tea, little bunny, but I caught myself and I said, no, my little bunny wants to hear their daddy pour this tea. So I stopped halfway through. And then I was in an ethical dilemma, which is when I told you I was going to pour some tea. I had a half full teacup already. So I had to make it last long enough so you thought that I would be pouring you the full cup of tea that you were entitled to, little bunny. That's the deal. The little bunny gets a full ASMR pour of tea, not a half pour of tea. So I tried to pour it really, really slow. And I poured it so slow that it started to dribble everywhere. And I think I got a little bit of a cough still. It poured actually on my pants, which, by the way, you remember the Fulton YouTube video where I tried on some pants? Those are the pants I'm wearing right now, little bunny. I bought them a little bit early, I have to admit. Oops, I was supposed to wait until we get the right number of watch hours. We have to get a certain number of watch hours on YouTube before I can officially buy the pants. So don't tell anyone, okay? Daddy Little Bunny Secret podcast only. Your daddy is wearing those sexy black pants that he showed off to you on YouTube. We'll talk about goings on in the garden, but there's no rush for that. How are you doing? I love spending time with you. I would say I feel guilty for it, but that would imply I feel bad about it, which I don't feel bad about it. You're so much fun, little bunny. So, what to talk about? I did a good journaling session today for this podcast. I don't think I'll dive into it yet. There's no rush. I think I'll take some time just to... I've got you here in your little bunny figurine form. Give you some nice head strokes. Do you feel that, little bunny? Do you feel the head strokes I'm giving you? Maybe I'll give you a little kiss. Do you want a kiss, little bunny? Here's how it works. Take your middle finger and your ring finger, smush them up together. And that little pad, on your fingertip pad part, if you were to feel around with your middle finger and ring finger, I'll do a better job of describing this later. Actually, be kind to yourself, Daddy. You're doing a great job. Okay. You're going to take your middle finger and ring finger, and you're going to tap wherever you want your daddy to kiss you. Okay, you're going to get 3 of them, so choose wisely. Okay, you can choose anywhere you want. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There's your first one. Okay, where's your second one? 1, 2, 3. Do you want your third one yet? Or are you going to save it? Maybe I'll keep you on your toes. You got to be ready for it. When do you think it'll come, little bunny? Oh, exciting. Okay, your daddy needs to drink some tea. Oh. Okay, so if the podcast is a weekly honey carrot, what do I mean by that, little bunny? Quiz time in the garden. What does it mean when your daddy says the podcast is your weekly honey carrot? It's a carrot because it's good for you. I always like to make your life better. Otherwise, it's no fun for me. You know? Yeah, I'm a sexy guy with a sexy voice. Yeah, that's only so much fun. The real fulfillment for me is when I have a positive impact on your life. I love that. I really do. And then the honey. What's the honey, little bunny? If you're like, oh, my daddy is being such a daddy. He keeps trying to make my life better. I just want a sexy voice to fall asleep to or to listen to or to whatever. Okay, little bunny. You have permission to just turn off your brain and just listen to the sweet sound of my voice. And honey also is when I tell you how much I love you. Yeah, and do give you things like the kisses with your, what are we going to call them? This is kind of a new garden technology, this kiss technique. We have to figure out how are we going to patent this technology. You're ready for it, aren't you? I know you're ready for it. You thought I was going to give it there, weren't you? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's also so I don't forget to give it to you later on. You also get old. You'll get really, really mad at me. Okay, little bunny. It looks like my cough came back, which is really upsetting. So you'll have to hear your daddy cough a little bit. But it's okay. This is all just kind of a casual hangout. I guess I could start talking about what I want to talk about. Let's see. Do we talk about the fun thing or the boring thing? It's not boring. The dry thing, the serious thing. We can do the fun thing or the serious thing. I know which one I'm feeling right now. All right, little bunny, let's talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Oh, man. I just saw it a couple hours ago. It's so funny. I did the journaling for this episode. I figured out what I want to talk about before I saw the movie. And then I saw the movie. I was like, okay, this kind of works too. So I loved it. I had a great time. And I'm going to save my movie recommendation budget. I'm not going to necessarily recommend you go out and see it because I want to use that clout. What is that? That favor, that diplomatic favor for a movie that I really, really, really care about. But it was basically like a Super Mario movie could not have been done better. So if you're curious to see what a good Super Mario Brothers movie is, it was fantastic. Now, how am I going to get at this? Well, I guess I should just ramble. Anytime I try and plan something with this podcast, it always turns into radio. I don't want to do radio. But what I wanted to tell you about with the Super Mario movie, one of the things. Temptation to start over the podcast is so strong right now, little buddy. Oh, your daddy has really high standards. Hey, congratulations. This is episode 49. Let's start with that. Oh my God, little bunny. Of course, let's start with this. This is the 49th podcast episode. Wow, that's crazy. Am I doing something special for number 50? The answer is yes, little bunny. To the keyholder bunnies, which is anyone who has a Patreon subscription, it has, therefore, the keys to the locked section of the garden. What does that mean, little bunny? It means there's locked audios there, which means it's the stuff that I can't put on Instagram or TikTok, or even, I don't want to even, can't even say that stuff on Spotify, little bunny. About a quarter of it is super, super sexy stuff. And then the other 3/4 is of locked audios, are basically just, I come up with something totally new every week. Podcast is a formula, which is nice. It's nice to have a formula. TikToks are a formula, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about the goings on later. But basically, for the 50th episode, any keyholder bunnies who want to send in a little audio clip are going to be on the podcast episode number 50. And so I made a locked audio for the Patreon that outlines the questions. It's like, here's the 5 questions I want you to answer, any number of which. You could do 1 or 5 or 0. There's no pressure to do this. And then you can also write a poem for your fellow bunnies if you want. So that'll be great. If you want to be in the 50th episode of the Lindy's Garden podcast, then if you are 18, you can join the Patreon. 18 up only, so please don't join if you're not 18. And then you can listen to the locked audio and answer the questions. And then I will assemble a beautiful 50th episode. Okay, little bunny, your daddy's getting brain dead because he doesn't know how to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie. This is ridiculous. Okay. Something I find awesome about the Super Mario Brothers movie is, do you know what? Okay. If you were to ask me, Daddy, is the movie good? Or if you were to just ask the world, hey world, is the Super Mario Brothers movie good? Like, let's get our heads together and figure out if this is a good movie. I love this about the movie. 50% of critics said it was bad. 50 said it was good. 97% of people who watched it said it was good. I love this little piece of data, this little datum. Test, hello, little bunny. Your daddy had to pause for a little bit. Several hours have passed, and we are in the wee hours of the AM. So I'm going to pick it up where I left off. I love the way time works in the garden, little bunny. It's a blink of an eye for you. Yet hours have passed, and the world is different. Not that much different. You know, it's a big difference right now. My tea has gone cold. Do you know what that means? It means Daddy got his cold beverage after all. Okay. We're talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Oh, and I was talking about how yeah, it's like 97% of people who saw it liked it, and then 50% of critics gave it a thumbs down. I'm gonna sneeze 1 second. Oh, I just sneezed while holding my cup of tea over my laptop. That's not smart. Okay, little bunny, I have such big dreams for you and your life. And if you say, but Daddy, my life is not amazing right now, little bunny, at least you are not a professional critic who gave Super Mario Brothers a thumbs down. Can you imagine being someone whose job it is to be a professional critic? Oh, they give a thumbs down on a movie that 97% of people like. Wow. Oh, man. If that's you, little bunny, I hope a crisis ensues as you re-examine what to do with your life. And then you know what? Your daddy is here to help you figure out what to do better with your life than to professionally critique stuff that everybody likes. Okay. Or is that going to take this? I was going to do some kind of I think extra coffee now, don't I? Extra coughing, not coffee. It's a tea night, but oh man, I want to do some decaf cold brew for some future summertime podcast episodes. Cold brew seems like this incredibly intricate process, doesn't it? Like, how does one even make a cold brew? Well, basically, it's just like making normal coffee. Except instead of boiling water, you use normal water and then you just stick it in the fridge. I think I've got that right. So maybe there's some cold brew. Decaf cold brew. Maybe that'll be a company of ours someday, little bunny. Daddy's decaf cold brew. I do not think it'll sell well. I think there's a reason there's zero decaf only coffee companies out there. I guess it's just a way you roast it, right? So it wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, I mean, I always come up with these, like, my journaling sessions for these episodes are so good, little bunny. And what ends up happening is I'm like, there's these awesome things I'm going to tell my little bunny. I'm going to help them so much. And then it comes time and I forget how to get there. So I guess I'll just hang out with you for a little bit. Maybe some carrot will come back. There's your carrot for the episode. Is don't be a professional film critic, little bunny. It's a ridiculous profession. And if you are a film critic, little bunny, well, I don't know. I don't want to tell you to do anything. Ask ChatGPT what you should do with your career. Well, what next, little bunny? I guess I should talk about the movie, what I liked about it. Sorry for my sniffles. I guess I got sick in the past 3 hours or something. I don't know. I'm going to pause and blow my nose 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Oh yeah, so the movie. So I grew up with Mario. And I even still play Mario. Oh man. I realize this will make this episode of its time, but oh man, for the Nintendo Switch, Super Mario Odyssey, little bunny. If you've never played a Mario game, check that out. I gotta be careful with giving recommendations because there's only so many recommendations I can give, you know? So I'm not recommending you go out and play Super Mario Odyssey. I don't know, maybe I am. It's a great game. But what I love about the movie that I saw is that it's clearly made by people who play the games. You know what I mean by that? There's all these kinds of details that can only be made by a nerd who's having the greatest time of their life. Can you imagine? Well, okay, I'm imagining now in this alternate history of mine where I somehow get into filmmaking. To be the person who does the little details. The ideas person for all the details for this Super Mario movie. That's got to be something really special to be done with your life. And I want you to have that experience with your life, is whatever that Super Mario movie specialist is. The guy or gal or little bunny of all kinds, whatever, who just gets to, like, here's an example. So the old Super Nintendo one has this really cool pixel art style. You know what I'm talking about. Where they've only got a few colors to choose from and they've only got so many pixels to work with. And it's got this very distinctive style and there's this overworld map. Do you know what I mean by overworld, little bunny? It's where it's like you zoom out and you can see the map of the world. And like in the movie, when they go to Toad Town or whatever it is, and the maps in the town are in the art style of the old Super Nintendo 16-bit pixel colors. It's very cute and clever little detail. Or like there's the arcade game that Mario gets knocked up against, and he doesn't get knocked up against it. That's for the Patreon. Oh my goodness, little buddy. Oh man, the podcast is more fun at 2:40 a.m. Okay, what are we talking about, little bunny? I feel like I got a detour out of here real quick. Yeah, so oh, I amuse myself, little bunny. What am I getting at? You know what I was thinking the whole while I was watching the movie? I think about you all the time. I was half enjoying the movie. I was half thinking about you. I think about you so much. I think about you constantly. And that's the best part of the movie. It's just all these little details. You know, they have like the Mario Kart. Well, I don't want to spoil anything. Don't let me spoil anything. Okay, so obviously they're going to do Mario Kart. But like even within Mario Kart, there's so many details and there's so many things they choose to do. It's just such a... I feel like I'm about to watch 10 hours of YouTube videos pointing out all the little details that the people put into the movie, because it's really made by people who love Mario. You can really tell. At least the people who are writing it and doing the planning. I doubt the actors are necessarily the biggest Mario fans. But I was thinking about you watching the movie, and it's like all these little details. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I need to get out of that habit. I want to just talk about it. Okay. Don't go back and edit it, Daddy. Don't turn off the podcast and edit it out. I'm going to give myself permission to get better. Okay, what is your daddy even talking about? So, while I was watching this movie, there are these little details by people who really love Mario. And I don't know if there's ever going to be a Lindy's Garden movie. That's way far in the future. But if there is, I'm thinking it's like, I want my little bunnies to make this movie, you know? And I can tell you might be a little bit excited too, thinking about how you might influence the movie. What would a daddy movie be? Daddy and his little bunnies. Oh, I can't wait to tell you some of the projects that are in store. You know, once upon a time it would sound like total fantasy for one person to be like, I'm going to do all these things, like make a movie and make a video game and all these things, and have my own audiobook and things like this. Technology, little bunny, and AI especially. Oh my God. You and I are going to use AI to incredible ends, little bunny. Oh, we're going to accomplish so much, just you, me, and your fellow bunnies. With the power of AI. Okay, your daddy is rambling about AI again. I'm just excited because it means I can do really cool stuff with you. And what's kind of inspiring about the fact that, by the way, so there's millions of dollars that went into the Super Mario Brothers movie. I don't think we have millions of dollars of budget for Lindy's Garden movie, but we're going to have AI help us out. So it's going to actually be pretty doable. Okay, that's in the future. I don't care as much about movies. But what I want to get at is that there's this incredible feat to make the Super Mario Brothers movie. That's a big feat. You know, I know it's just a movie. But so much incredible talent and hard work and heart, too. There's so much heart. Not necessarily in the movie. I mean, the Those frickin' 50% critics, little bunny, are making me say, you can't give a thumbs up to your little bunny. It's like, oh my goodness. I'm getting distracted. Where's my little bunny figurine? I want to give you another smooch. You're getting more smooches. All right, you ready with your middle finger and your ring finger? Here we go, little bunny. 3, 2. Oh, I counted up. I counted up last time, didn't I? Do you want 3, 2, 1, or do you want 1, 2, 3? I think I'm going to do... I'll surprise you. Be ready? 1, 2, 3. Did you get it? Oh, little bunny, when in doubt, just go, honey. Just go, honey. I love you. I really do. Can't believe it's been 50 episodes. We're in 49 right now. What's a daddy to do when he's run out of topics? I don't know. Ramble about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Oh yeah, what I was going to say is, I forgot to tell you this last week. This was fun. I told you I met with the consultant, I guess you could say. The content creator consultant. And he asked for some basic stats on the garden. And he was genuinely impressed. He was like, oh, damn. That's how big it's grown in 1 year. And I mean, yeah, little bunny. Pretty sweet, isn't it? Little sweet thing we got going on here. So, I mentioned the arcade game where Mario is doing unspeakable acts. Oh my God, Daddy. This is ridiculous. Okay. There's an arcade game that makes a cameo in the movie. And it's the original Mario arcade game. I guess there's a couple Mario arcade games. I don't know which one you want to call the first one. But Mario started out as this really crude graphics, simple game with one button or 2 buttons and a little directional joystick. And it's so surreal to see that in the movie. Let's just see it for a brief moment. But it shows you how far something can go. Something with very, very humble beginnings. And then here I am watching this incredible production of people just having so much fun at every different level, coming together, and they created an experience that I loved. It's just this celebration of an awesome thing. And it just came from nothing. Mario's just an idea. It's all imagination, I guess you could say. But somehow it's real too. It's a real project that people came together for. It's real fun that we had together. Real games you can play with your friends. I loved to imagine about the Mario world growing up. I used to tell lies with my friend about all these secret levels that I had found in whatever Mario game I was playing. I don't know if he believed me, but he played along. Oh, your daddy was a liar. No, he can't even lie to his bunny about pouring half a teacup early. What has happened? How far the great have fallen. Okay, little bunny. I guess what I'm getting at is, right now, you and I. Well, I guess it depends on when you're listening to this, but I, right now, in this first year, this release of this episode, we are the little crude graphics arcade game. And I am not stopping at some crude graphics arcade game, little bunny. There is no limit to what you and I can do. The timing with the technology, I'm so grateful, little bunny. I have an incredible microphone here and a computer. Like, I have a recording studio that I'm looking at right now, and it's just a laptop and a microphone. Yeah, you used to have to, if you wanted to record something, man, you had to hire a bunch of people and go to like the room that was like cost millions of dollars to make, and then they start the clock and you gotta talk real quick. Man, I can't believe how much we have going for us, little bunny, to make the garden happen, for me to just be here with you. So many incredible things exist because people did great things. Making the Super Mario movie is a great thing. Making this microphone is a great thing. Making this recording software, this little digital recording studio of mine. None of this used to be digital back in the day. That's great work that someone has done. Many people actually have done great work to make this software that brings your daddy to you. Isn't that incredible? Yeah. And how is this going to get to you, little bunny? Wow. Technology of the internet. So many things are going right to make the garden happen. And I am not stopping, little bunny. I'm going to maximize all the incredible things that we have at our disposal. And I want you with me, because the garden's not fun alone. Right? If I want to have fun alone, I'm going to go play Mario Odyssey. Oh, by the way, they have a New York City episode, or level. It's one of the greatest video game levels of all time, I have to say. It looks very bizarre when you first get there, because it's like real people. It's strange. Okay. Oh, and the greatest moment, one of the greatest video game sequences is the end of that New York City level on Mario Odyssey. It's halfway through the game. Oh, it's so good, little bunny. Okay, so I would just go do that if I didn't have you here. But because you're here, the garden is so much fun. So this is what I'm going to do. I want this to be my great achievement. One of many. I want to achieve a lot of great things. But certainly there's a lot of potential here. A lot of potential for you and me. Are you getting as excited as I am? Of course you are. I wonder what part you'll play. I would love for anyone who wants a job working for the garden gets a job working for the garden. All right, how many people, the credits roll at the end of the Super Mario Brothers movie, how many people are involved in that, It's a lot of people. How many people are involved in, like, the making of the original one? It's probably like one person, honestly, and then you have to... Okay, it's probably like 4 people. Okay, whatever. Either way, something can grow from these very simple, humble beginnings. Something huge that so many people can work on. Oh, little bunny, I'm the most ambitious person you've met. But I gotta say it right. Little bunny, I'm the most ambitious person you've ever met. And I love it. I love feeling ambitious. And I love backing it up too. It's useless. So hold on, let me make sure I agree with what I'm about to say. Let me back it up. I love the feeling of ambition, and I hate the feeling of being lazy while ambitious. You know what I mean? It's like you can't just live in the dreamy, ambitious state. You gotta back it up with really great things, make things happen. And I guess podcast 50 is coming around the corner. Yeah, I don't know if I'll say the stats of all the different platforms and stuff, but man, that was kind of an eye-opener when this guy who's his specialty is, I work with content creators to help them become content creators. And he was like, holy shit, you grew that much in 1 year. I'm like, yeah. But it's not me growing, that's the thing. It's you finding me. I'm just me. I haven't really changed. I've gotten better at talking into a microphone. It's freaking hard, little bunny, I have to say. And I know I probably shouldn't acknowledge that there's a microphone, but I like being honest with you. You know, as supposedly imaginary as this is, I don't think of it as imaginary, because I always tell the truth with you. And truthfully, little bunny, this is very real. It's very, very real. I'm giving you real love. I'm turning you over in my hand. I kind of want to give you another smooch. I'm not going to count down. You got to be ready for it. I want you to put your middle finger and your ring finger somewhere where you want the smooch. And you're going to have to pop it off. Oh, that was a bit loud. You're going to have to pop it off when I do the smooch. You ready? Did you get it? Were my instructions clear, little bunny? Did you follow instructions? Oh, man. I wonder what we'll do together. Oh, I gotta keep breaking. Oh, little bunny. Speaking of not just ambition, but being able to back it up with stuff. I finished the rewrite of the new Love and Ligature episode. And I want to share with you a lesson about how to follow through on your ambition. There's a great learning lesson that I got confirmed for myself, and I'm going to share it with you. It's a really good lesson if you have that thing that you want to accomplish. So, podcast 50 is coming up next week. Do you know why there's a podcast 50? A lot of podcasts don't make it to 50 episodes. The reason I'm making it to 50, little bunny, is because I make myself post every week. When I took a break in the middle of this episode, I guess it's towards the beginning of this episode now, I was just feeling kind of out of it, honestly. And I was losing my train of thought, and I sort of hit this kind of a mental brick wall. I was like, okay, I need to go take a break. Also, I didn't have Queen Little Bunny sleeping in the bed behind me. She was out and about. And it's just like, I don't know. Something is nice about having her behind me. Helps me be the daddy that you need, that you want. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I took a break. And I was tired. I was real tired, little bunny. And I hopped on the Discord, which is part of the locked section of the garden, which you shouldn't join if you're not 18. And I was just hanging out for a little bit. I was like, hey guys, I'm just not here to hang out. Because sometimes I like to hang out. We play questions games. It's fun. Ask me whatever question, and I pretty much answer every single one. Unless I want to dodge it, but I don't ignore any questions. But they're like, it's okay, Daddy. Just get some rest. You don't have to post. And by the way, I love this energy coming at me. The love behind it. But it's like, it's okay, Daddy, if you miss a week. But it's like, to me, I don't want it to be okay to miss a week. Because otherwise, if I had been like, I'll do a podcast kind of whenever I get around to it, probably would have gotten to episode 8 and then it would sputter off. Or at least right now we would have episode 8. It's all about consistently holding yourself to a schedule, little bunny. Yeah, so that's why every single Friday, it's Friday right now. If I have to change it, I will change it ahead of time. Every single Friday, I'll be here for you. And so that's why I turned around, I rallied myself together, threw Queen Little Bunny in bed and said, night, night. She wanted to fall asleep on my chest, so I played a couple games of chess on my phone. Are you impressed that your daddy is good at chess too? But are you surprised? I didn't think so, little bunny. Yeah, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just bragging now. I love having confidence too. Ambition and confidence. And the craziness too. Go for it. To believe it's possible. Because it is possible. It's already happening. It's so funny. Anything great that someone accomplishes, there's people who will be like, okay, time to come back down to reality. Get humble. Who do you think you are? Well, I'm the daddy of my little bunny, and I am incredible, and I'm going to do amazing things. I am doing amazing things. Okay. Oh, has the success gone to my head? Not enough, little bunny. We got to make it go more to a head so I can do cooler and cooler things. Okay, so the lesson that I was going to tell you about this love and ligature thing is that the setup of the premise of the series, I don't even know if I can say it on the podcast, I guess. Maybe I can. There's a certain pleasurable thing that happens each episode, and the main character gets into such a tizzy that they have a premonition of something that will happen in the future. And there's a date associated with it. So in the April 15th episode, something very spicy happens. And the main character gets in a little tizzy and has a vision of May 4th. And the whole series takes place in the year 2050. This is important. Do you know why the year 2050 is important, little bunny? It is exactly 28 years after the year that I'm writing it. Which means that what happens every 28 years, little bunny? The calendar repeats. So every Monday, if May 4th was a Tuesday in the year 2022, then in 2050, it is also a Tuesday. So the structure of the series was that at the end of each episode, I would announce the date of the next episode, because if I say the vision is going to be May 4th, Tuesday, May 4th, then come May 4th, on the actual Tuesday, May 4th, I had to release the episode on that day. And there was no getting around it. And I hadn't written the episodes in advance. I just throw myself under the bus. It's like, okay, here's your due date. Ready to go. You've announced it publicly. You've scheduled. People are going to show up, because we did the YouTube premieres, because you could premiere a video. It was really cool, actually. Back in the early days of the garden, that you may have missed out on, little bunny. You get the FOMO. It's okay. FOMO's fun. It's engaging. Okay. Yeah. So I would pull all-nighters the days leading up to it. Oh, man. And then I would finish it and I would upload it to YouTube with just sometimes hours to spare. And we'd have a launch party, and we'd have a little chat room when we all listen to the episode together. Oh, it was so much fun. Yeah, and then YouTube YouTube succumbed to the age of sexual repression, which is kind of funny. The series makes fun of sexy fiction being dangerous. I don't know. Whatever. Oh my gosh, little bunny. So anyway, to the moral of the story is that at one point, it was in November, so that's like 5 months ago or something. I don't know. I can't subtract. I didn't have the episode ready in time, or rather, let's pause. I did have the episode ready in time. It was really bad. It was so bad. I pulled the plug on it, which was the right choice. And I was like, okay, give me like 3 days. I'll fix the episode. So I give myself 3 days, and I'm like, maybe make that like a week. Just give me a week or two, and I'll get this episode, and we'll be back on schedule, right? Because there's deadlines to hit, little bunny. The whole point of the series is that there's deadlines in there to screw over your daddy, so he has to go, damn it. Okay, I guess I have to make the episode. And fast forward 5 months later, I have not released the episode. Yeah. That's why it's so important to me that I'm here for you every Friday. Well, pause. It's important because I want to be here for you every Friday. But that's why I refuse to take a week off for the podcast, at least. Twitter, we're doing good with everyday voice notes. I think we'll keep that up. I don't know. I don't want you to get on Twitter for anything besides me. Twitter is just like a super negative place. Very toxic. It's just kind of a secret spot for us. It's where, as toxic as it is, it's the safest place. If YouTube is like, I don't know about this whole sexy voice erotica thing, which is fine. I mean, YouTube can do whatever it wants, I guess. But Twitter is going to be the last one to say, this is not a place for daddy and their little bunny. So Twitter is good to have in the back pocket. Yeah, so leaving you little voice notes every day on Twitter. And yeah, I'm just so excited that oh man, should I throw myself under the bus, little bunny? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna do it, little bunny. This is what ambitious people do. So I do a locked audio every week. It's generally on Tuesday. Sometimes I do give myself flexibility if something needs more time or just takes longer to make. On Tuesday, oh man, am I really doing this to myself? Okay, I'm going to do it. On Tuesday, I will release a very special episode of Love and Ligature to the Patreon. It is a origin story. It's so funny. I don't know. Actually, I think I might set it up on I think I'm going to put it all in front of the paywall, meaning don't worry about having the subscription to have your keys. Little subscription key holders, keys to the locked section of the garden. I think because it used to be on YouTube, and there's bunnies who started listening to it for free. I don't want you to have to pay to hear the end of it, the epic conclusion. So here's what I'm going to do. Your daddy, you're witnessing your daddy throw himself under the bus for your benefit and for his own. On Tuesday, I will upload. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay, it's okay. No turning back. I can do this. I will upload, finally, after 5 months, the revised, redone, and excellent. It's pretty good now. I've been what's the word? Tweaking it, tinkering with it. I don't know. That sounds like something you need to not open at work. Wow, what is going on with your daddy today? Okay. I'm going to release the origin story episode of A Year of Love and Ligature on Tuesday for the Patreon. And then, perhaps on Wednesday, I don't know if it'll be on Wednesday that I'll do it, but within the next week, I will get it set up on Instagram. Or maybe I should link to it from Twitter, because I'm afraid Instagram's gonna get upset if I link to erotica. See, this is what I have to deal with all the time. I'm freaking getting banned is like something I have to think about all the time. It's so frustrating. Can't we just let a daddy be a daddy? So I'll look into it. If I can link my erotica on Instagram, I'll do that. I think I'll try and do that. Go big. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to link to it on Instagram. But here's the deal. You follow me on Twitter, because Instagram might get banned because I'm going to put my erotica on there, put links to it. So, okay, little bunny. I feel like I have rambled a bit too much. I love you very, very much. And I want to give you another smooch. This time I'm going to count down from 10, and each one is going to be a smooch. I think you've earned it. Or I think you deserve it. I don't know. Your daddy is really brain dead now. It's 3:10 a.m. Okay, here we go, little buddy. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great... Why am I wishing you a great night? Have a great night, Daddy. Maybe you're curled up in bed, but you're not done yet. Your daddy is going to bed. I will be here for you in just a moment through the magic of time in the garden, and I will have written you a wonderful poem. I love you, little bunny. Good night. Good morning, little bunny. Oh my goodness, I feel so groggy. I guess it's to be expected, isn't it? Okay. I have a short poem, and then I'm going to get out of here. See if I can do something great with my day. I've got some good ideas, and I'm very excited. So here's your poem for podcast episode 49, little bunny. Great things grow from a humble beginning, and your not so humble daddy is dead set on winning. Year 1 is in the books, first 49 down, and the rate of growth is blindingly upwardly bound. So strap into your seat and squeeze my hand tight for a wild and wondrous, spectacular flight. Have a great week, little bunny. I am so excited. You go be amazing so you can bring something to the table as the garden becomes this incredible thing like nothing ever before. Okay? So get to work. Do something good. Don't be a film critic. And if you're not a film critic, you're already doing great. Keep it up. Okay? I love you, little bunny. Take care.